Yo boys, how is everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a great day. We are just going to kick off the stream now by saying that Rashford is guaranteed a starting position in the first game for United. So the thing around Rashford captain now, everyone will be going on Rashford. So this is my time now to kind of make for a swing now. And I think I am going to try and swing and just hope it pays off. I don't know, as a United fan, I'm just not 100% positive on us doing a lot versus Newcastle. I just think we've looked pretty poor. I'm not going to lie. But honestly, we'll see. I just don't want Rashford doing another double where he gets a 12 and an 8 pointer again. Because every single time we have a double game week, Rashford just pops off. So I wouldn't be surprised, but I think for me, March versus Brentford and Bournemouth, I could easily see March getting a load of goals in those games. It is April Fool's Day tomorrow, so we are going to get a lot of whiplash, and I'm just going to blame it on April Fools, to be honest, if anything goes messed up with the FPL. But no, we'll see. We will see. I've took a -4. To be honest with you, since a lot of people are taking -4s, minuses, -8s, I'm very happy with just my -4 because I've seen a lot of people take -12s. And this is the point where a lot of people do take hits. If Botman I do find out is not fit or ill and he's pretty much out, I will probably do him to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And then we'll cross the bridge with Haaland later on in the season and figure out what we're going to do. I mean, I'd happily bring Arnold in or bring Salah in for Rashford if Rashford was out, but he's not. No, if I knew Haaland wasn't going to start, but I don't think he starts for me this week. I think this will be the week where a lot of people who own Haaland are going to get the backlash. He's going to blank, and we're going to gain a lot of rank. And I do think you'll find he's going to be heavily captained, even with his injury. So I do think for me, it's going to be the point where I'm going to absolutely get away with the blinder if March pays off. I'm still quite confident I'm probably going to end up switching back to Maddison. But I was looking at the stats. I do think Maddison's doing a 15-point haul, but looking at stats, I feel Solly March is going to get a goal and an assist versus Brentford. I just don't think Brentford's defence have looked amazing. And I know I've got double up, but I can suck up with the points. I ain't fussed about that. Because they're going to get at least 2-3 points anyway, so as long as they're not in the minuses, I'm not too bothered. I'm expecting them to get mediocre points. Same with Raya. But if March, Thomas and McAllister, let's say, all score versus Brentford and assist, for example, with March and bonus, I'll be buzzing. Because I just think March has got the potential to pop a 15-pointer out of nowhere in any game. I do think Sonny March's form has been absolutely incredible. But so is Matoma's. So Captain Matoma, again, is something I could also go for. I do think Rashford's just so template this week. And I just think, yes, I could lose out on a little bit of rank, but he's going against a grain that bad considering I've got Rashford anyway. So as long as my other captain at least evens Rashford's points or gets more, which I think they will, I just don't see going against Rashford as a bad thing. Especially if we blank. If Rashford does nothing, I believe we play tomorrow. No, play Sunday. Yeah, so this is my own problem now. Though I'm gonna be screaming at the TV on Sunday because as a United fan, it's gonna be torture for me having to sit and watch my own players, hoping they're not gonna score, but they will. And for me, that is just straight up torture because I want them to score, but then I don't want them to score. So it's just a massive amount of straight up torture to me, I feel. And I do think it's going to be one of those really, really hard to decide weeks where it's a really tough one. I am considering another -4, like I said, for bottoming out. But I was also considering Tony to Isaac for a -4. I feel that could be a good payoff with Man U and West Ham. So I wouldn't put it past Isaac to score against us, to be honest. But I do think Tony's got Brighton than us. But it's more the case of if Tony gets booked Tony's out for United. And do I definitely see Tony scoring versus Brighton, and I could see him getting a yellow card. So for me, statistically, I'm thinking, okay, he could be out for 2 games. So I'm going to have to make that transfer from Tony, because the likeliness of him getting a yellow card in those 2 games is very high. And then I could just bring out Isaac or Watkins to Haaland, or keep Isaac 30, get rid of Kane instead for Haaland. Have the money in my bank to go into Salah easier. Being fine without Kane for the Bournemouth game, which couldn't be that bad, to be honest. I'm not worried about that, because I'm not going to captain him anyway. And I'd still have Watkins for Forest. And then 31, I'm more than happy to just stick with what I've got, roll the transfer, go into 32, do either Isaac or Watkins to Darwin Núñez, and Rashford or Maddison to Salah, which I don't mind doing that, because statistically speaking, they've got Forest, and 33 United's got Spurs, so I could just bring Rashford back in, maybe 34 for Maddison, and keep Maddison and just bring Rashford back in 34, which is probably the best decision for me, is just bring Rashford back in 34, because I don't really think I'd play him versus Tottenham anyway, and I don't really think it's something that could bite me in the arse too much, especially with the Salah upside as well, for the captaincy. And I'll still have Maddison for that week, which is an extra fixture than Rashford. I'd have Maddison for the next, the same as Rashford, to go with each other. I'd have Salah for the fixture before that, and then I could just bring Rashford back in 34 for Maddison, like I said, or bring him back in for Matoma, McAllister, or March, or anyone. But it'd probably be Maddison, because Maddison don't double 34. And I'm still happy with the way the team's looking. I'm more than happy to just whack the captain on Maddison this week. I just need to grow a pair of balls and do it. But I know I ain't got the balls to do it, because I just know I'm overthinking it too much with Rashford. I'm just overthinking it. I just need to go with my gut. And my gut just says Maddison. But I just don't want to be a stupid idiot who captains Maddison and gets a 2-pointer. I just don't want that. I just don't want that pain. To be honest with you, I'd more than happy have Rashford sent off for 2 games, or a game as a United fan, just to get everyone's captain screwed up this week. Because it would benefit me quite a bit. It is a hard one though, like I've said. Oh man, what a bloody headache. What a bloody headache this week is. I've never had so many headaches ever. So many headaches. So many. I'm doing it some way though. Oh, what annoying. Oh man, why have we got so many headaches this week, lads? What a ball ache. Man. I apologise for anyone in. At least you've missed my rant. What a ball ache this week has been. Like, anyone who's just joined, I was just saying about how we're not going to captain Rashford. But as a United fan, for me, I know he's guaranteed to start this week for both games. I've just got the problem of I don't want to go the real template pick with Rashford this week. I'm not feeling it. So, because my gut's telling me not to do it, it's just my head. But my gut just says don't do it. And I think because everyone's on it, it makes it worse if he bags. But I just don't think it's going to be that too bad, to be honest. Because I think Haaland's going to be captained by quite a few as well. March is going to be up there. Maddison's going to be up there. So I don't think that I'm going to be in a bad situation, to be honest. And Ten Hag could be bluffing. Rashford's injury could get bad overnight. Anything could happen. And I just think I'm not keen on the captaincy with him. I just don't think and I'll say this now and he'll go score a hat-trick, but I just don't think he's going to do as well as people are anticipating Rashford. Because as a United fan, I just don't think the last couple games he's looked himself. And I think not going to England, sorry boys if you can hear the terrible rain outside, not playing for England because of that injury, I think he's lost respect in that terms. And I just think just coming back after a knock, I just don't think he's going to look himself. For me, when I was watching him, when I was looking at the training and the videos in the United app, he still looks like he's carrying that knock. It doesn't look like he's carrying it very well either. So I just don't really see it as an amazing option for me, as I just don't see Rashford playing the whole Newcastle game. And I see March playing both those games 90 minutes. Most creative player in the Brighton midfield. Best player in the Brighton midfield. Goals and assist threat is amazing. You could argue McAllister's good because he's on penalties. I think that's a great pick. Matoma, he's really overperforming his goals and assists, but he's still an amazing pick. Maddison, my gut's telling me to go with. I probably will end up going Maddison on March. He's probably where my head's at now. At the minute, it's on March. So the only thing that could change is my captain's armband. But other than that, the team is locked in pretty much for the week. The only thing that could make me change is maybe Botman getting a late news saying Botman's not going to start at all, and then I'll take a -4 and get him out. But it will just be any defender like Trent or Van Dijk or just some defender I can bring in that's got a double week. It won't be anything too effective, to be honest, with the team. We have got a tough one though this week. A very, very tough one. To try and decide what we're going to do. I do think though, Solly March can get a really big haul in this double week. Because I mean, if you look at his... Because bear in mind, he's got Brentford and Bournemouth. Right. If you look at game week 27, he had Leeds, was robbed of a goal. For me, he looked very good. And then this game, he got a goal. And I know it's got him down as only expected goals 0.18, 0.09. But if you look at Matoma, expected goals and that this game were on fire because obviously he got an assist, he should have had a goal. Same with this game. But if you look at McAllister, he's on the 0.98 for expected goals. But the problem with this is, 0.65 for expected goals, sorry. The only problem with it for this game, well, that was literally because he's on penalties. And bear in mind, he got one because of a penalty. So, I do think he's a great player who can haul. I was sad I missed out on this 14-point haul here. I just don't... He doesn't do it consistently enough. And I just think... I know you can say Matoma's been consistent. Been fairly consistent lot. But then you look at... Not Tony. You look at March. And if you look at March from game week 17, look. 13, 1, but then he's had 11, a 9-pointer, a 2 and a 3, but then he's had 10. 3, 2, but then he's had a 9. So I do think he's a worthy option who could just do this out of nowhere and get a 19-pointer in any game. He's more than capable of getting a goal and bonus points in any game. Or 2 goals and assist here. He's more than capable of these massive hauls. If he gets 1 goal in a game, right, you've essentially got a bloody 10-pointer on your side straight away. If he gets a clean sheet and a goal, but then this one did come off. But if he gets a clean sheet and a goal, you're talking 11 points plus a bonus. And if he gets an assist on top of that, you're talking 14. And this is just a goal and assist in one game. I'd back March to get a goal versus Bournemouth. I'd back March to get a goal versus Brentford. So I think he's a good pick. But then I'll also back Maddison to get a goal and assist versus Crystal Palace. I don't think they're going to come out well. Villa's defence not phenomenal. I'd back Leicester to score because Maddison looks amazing recently. And he looks phenomenal for England. So I don't see him or March as a bad captaincy option. I think Maddison is getting massively overlooked as a captaincy option. I really do. I think he's getting massively overlooked, and so is Solly March. I mean, look at Solly March's ownership. It's 10.2. People are getting overlooked. McAllister's getting overlooked at 7.5. Matoma's going to be a massive captain of these, but then these are going to get overlooked. And then Rashford's ownership, I think, is about 57. No, it's not, 52. Okay, so Rashford's ownership must have gone down a couple of weeks ago then. I haven't really checked it, to be honest. But either way, my point is, March and Maddison are, for me, the best captaincies this week. with Rashford being top, but I'm going away from Rashford, so I'm not going to include Rashford in mine. So it'll probably be March, then Maddison, then Matoma, then McAllister, in that order. Because I do think Maddison is a great option, and I probably will go Maddison. Just because my gut's telling me, but I do think March is probably slightly better, stats-wise, but I think Maddison is just one of those that could just turn it on randomly and go and back a 15 pointer in one game, and I wouldn't be shocked. I do like James Maddison, but obviously he's not been doing phenomenal stuff for ages. Only had an injury period, but it's just one of those things where he could just pull out that 18 pointer like he did here, out of nowhere, and I just know he's capable of it. But to be honest, when you look at March's form, look at Matoma's, I have Matoma's ranked higher, look, which is hence why a lot of people are going to switch to these. But this one, good pick, March. Maddison's on penalties though, I think now, which does slightly make him a better slight option, which is why I put him above Matoma in the list, because I just think he's slightly better with the penalties. The rain is absolutely tipping it down. It's horrific. But no, we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, it's a tough one. I've seen a couple of people here this week who even captained Dolly Watkins as like a trying to gain rank, trying to catch up kind of thing. I'll be shocked if anyone captains Tony this week. Anyone who captains Tony this week is either a Brentford super fan or just downright stupid in the head. But anyone who captains Matoma, it'll probably be Matoma and Rashford will be the two top captains this week. Let's just say that. And then it'll probably be followed up by March and Maddison. But that'll be generally on who captains who. Face-wise. It is a hard one though. But for me, if you'd have got Rashford, probably just, and you're like really high in rank, to just go Rashford as a safe option, but I'm not worried about this. I'm at the point of the season now where I'm allowed to have a little bit of fun with my season. And as long as I finish top in the mini league, I'm not too fussed. But yeah, no, we're just trying to have a little bit of fun with the season. Trying to have a little bit of fun. Because let's be fair, everything's been so template this year. And this is like the week where I want to get away from that template. Just go with what I think I want to do and not listen to anyone else. Not go even think about what others care about, and just go with what I think. And I think, don't go around copying all these other content creators, blah, tell you to captain him or him. You know, I'd never say, oh, captain this player because I'm captaining him, or transfer this player in because I'm transferring him, because I'm not 100% positive it's going to pay off, but I'm 90% positive it's the best move. But they're still in your hands, and if you think I'm wrong, then more than happily go against it by a mile, because I'm not the type of person, if someone goes, okay, Rashford's the best captaincy this week, and I don't think he is, then I'm not going to go with him. And even as a United fan, I'm saying this, because I just don't think he is. I just don't see us scoring versus Newcastle, if I'm going to be straight up with you. I think we'll struggle versus Brentford, and maybe Rashford will get a goal. But I just think March would have already had a goal, and then have the Bournemouth game as well, by then. Same with Maddison. So I just think he's not the best option anymore. And there's a lot more players that say fish in the sea to go for than Rashford. And I just think everyone's just assuming Rashford's going to do the same as he usually does. I just think he was lacking the confidence the last couple of games. And I think the fact we're missing Casemiro, for me, as a United fan, I just don't think you're going to find he's going to do as much as he usually would. I know he had a goal versus Leeds and 2 goals in the Leicester game. Well, goal versus Leeds both times in 22 and 23. But I just don't think, for me, that he's the best captaincy option. Because we played Liverpool, right? We sucked. Let's just be fair. We played Southampton, Casemiro got a red. The team went to absolute toss. And I just don't see, to be honest with you, Rashford getting a goal versus Newcastle. Because I just think without Casemiro pretty much runs that team, runs that midfield. And I think without that, we really are lacking. And I just don't think he's going to return as much as usual. His expected points a match, 6 is his average. March's is 4.8. Madison's probably with like 2.3 or something. Yeah. 5.2 points a match, sorry. So that's at Madison's average. Tony's is 4.8 a match, and Kai's 4.3. Kane's 6.5, and Tony's 5.8. But it's like, when you look at De Gea, 4 points a match. But I think we're going to draw with Newcastle. And if we draw with Newcastle, I'll be very happy about it. Because as a United fan, I expect a clean sheet versus Brentford. And I expect a clean sheet versus Newcastle for De Gea. Hence why I bought him in. On a -4 for Ward. And if that happens and he gets saved or bonus points or anything, or gets a penalty save or something, then I'll be very happy. And I think the Isaac owners are going to get a bit screwed. As much as I like Isaac as a pick, and I was considering bringing him in for a -4, looking at it statistically, I don't really want any more Newcastle players against Man United, so I think I'm okay with the 2. Because I think they'll get a clean sheet versus West Ham. Trippier will get an attacking return versus West Ham. Maybe Botman will as well if he's fit. Well, not fit, sorry, back from illness. And he's playing. If not, he would have already been transferred out to a Trent or something, so I can cover the Liverpool games. Obviously, I had Salah, but I got rid of him last week to Maddison, as obviously Salah got crap the week before, and I just didn't think. And I thought Maddison was better. It was worth it because I gained 4 points because Salah blanked. So I've already got 4 points up on Salah because of that blank. But then Salah's got a double late in the season, but I'm going to have him for that double anyway. So technically, I've already upped myself by 4 points and got Maddison, which I still think has got better fixtures than Salah. Well, he has got better fixtures than Salah, and I just don't consider Salah getting a load versus City, maybe an assist. And Chelsea, I think, will hold Salah off, to be honest with you. I think Chelsea's defence will be fine. Chilwell's not there for a clean sheet, though. I don't expect any clean sheets of Chilwell. I just expect maybe an attacking return and some bonus points. I'm not expecting a lot. I had him in not last week, the week before my wild card in 27, when no one had him. He's 1.5% owned and he scored a goal. And then everyone started bringing him in. And then he got a 1-pointer. And all these people who took -4s, I was laughing at. I was thinking, well, thanks for the rank game for me, lads. Because, you know, I already had him, not took a -4, I had him the week before. I'm fine with the 1 point. You lot took -4s, not paid off, and I'm laughing with a rank game. Obviously, I took a red arrow because of the Saka, but now I'm a Saka, to be honest. Yeah, it affected me. I missed out on 18 points. But I probably would have captained him as well. So technically, I missed out on 36. But I didn't want him for this week, and I didn't want him really long term, so I don't regret it at all. And I think he'll be rested. I think people will be shocked, but I think Saka might get rested because, you know, he's been playing for England near enough the whole week. He might need a rest. And if he does need a rest, I think Arteta will give it him. Because if you think about it, who's Arsenal got? I think they've got Leeds, haven't they? Leeds, yeah, I think they've got Leeds. So it's not a tough fixture for Arsenal. So I just really wouldn't put it past them to just bench Saka, you know, and just go with it, because I just don't really think there's any need to necessarily start him if he's been playing all week in the international. So we'll see. I'll say a week. He plays Sunday, doesn't he? Yes, probably will play. There's no doubt Saka probably won't start at 90%, but you might find it might get only like 60 minutes or 50 or something minutes. We'll see though. I do think we'll wrap it up there, lads. It was only going to be a quick 20-something minute stream. Yeah, we've got 25 minutes now. Just to go on about the team, pretty much what we're doing. For the moment in time, I'm just going to put the captaincy on Maddison, because that is my captaincy for now. And that is how the team is going to look. And we will notify you on any updates tomorrow. So I hope everyone has a good day. I'll see you boys tomorrow, and good luck. Peace.